Alright, hello and welcome everyone and anyone who's watching to SCS number 334. Currently we're sitting in the lobby between the Steel Legio Lepidoptera and the Spud Amendment. And as you can see, people are just now dropping in and will very shortly start the lobby timer.
Yep, the rule is that as soon as we have all the captains and 75% of the people around, we'll start the lobby. And so far we still have one team missing, right? All right, there we go. People are finally here. We'll be able to start the lobby timer then. Are you ready with the stuff on your end?
I am ready to start the timer.
Perfect. Right, 4 minutes to go. People have some time to sort out stuff, sort out teams. Looks like we get a little of confusion left here.
Yeah, we have most of the people in, and no doubt the captains are already starting the infamous lobby game.
It's the most fun part of the game, at least for captains. Not so much for the rest. So what about the teams that we've got here tonight? There's Steel Lego Lepidoptera that we've seen last week too, and Spud Amendment. Were they participating last week too?
Yes, I think we've seen them before, but they're here with a new name this time, I believe.
Oh, lovely. It's always good to get some confusion with changing names.
Well, I think it's kind of common for teams to change their names, but it is usually they stick to a theme.
Yeah, right. I mean, we've got the German army theme from the DDCO people. We do have the steel people, and then there's Pomelos, of course, which just stay true to the very same name.
Yeah, they've been keeping the name. They did freshen it up with some new logos over the
Yeah, finally.
Over the last
it
few
was about
weeks.
time that they get a new logo.
And so we're over halfway into the lobby and we still haven't seen any changes. Now comes our first change, double change even.
Whew. It's getting spicy. Ooh, Junker and Galleon. That's actually a nice combination. I mean, Mervyn is a excellent Galleon pilot. Be lovely to see him flying in.
As we're looking at a very slow but very tanky team, and once they're in there, they can become very dangerous.
Absolutely. Even with that switch to a Crusader, the Crusader does have many guns, but facing two Pyramidians, they're gonna have a slightly hard time, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm not looking at them right now, but I'm assuming there's some form of Artemis involved with the two Pyramidians, which can be very dangerous for a Galleon, because they can easily get locked down.
Yep, there you go. The Black Chicken does have a Artemis with it. The Stallion is a Metamidian. And looks
Alright,
like,
and now
looks
the
like
Crusaders
Team's got
have
a
come
way
out.
pushing- we'll see a bit more changing here.
And now the ships are locked, and we have about 30 seconds left until we start the game.
I'd say that change was not so close to the lock. Probably nobody's gonna ask for that extra minute, and we're almost ready to get going. Half of the people did find that ready button. Might be that the other half needs a bit of help.
It might be time for the button. But there we go.
It's time for the button, and not for the recruit from crew button. The other one, the mighty one.
There's a fight over Fernfeld. A very open map, allows for some long-range engagements.
Yeah, am I right that Fernfield is the one with the gun in the middle? I'm not so sure anymore.
Yes, it is the one.
Yeah, so that's usually the place where you see most engagements happen, but it's not guaranteed.
So, starting off with the Metamoth, it is a galleon with a broadside lumberjack, minotaur, and on top there you see a flak. Then on the back is a harpoon. On the short-range side, they're sporting a Huacha along with a carronade, piloted by Merwin. Then we've got the Crusader, who is Batman, piloted by Mosine. Crusader with a left side Minotaur, Artemis, and Mercury. And on the right side, Huacha, Gatling, and Flak.
Alright, ship number 3 is another Crusader. It's called Cape, captained by Arts Grabba. They're sporting a... oh, let me check what it is. A minor up front, and they have a flag. They do have... well, it's so dark here. Flamers on the middle deck with an Artemis, and Gatling lens on top. And finally, ship number 4, a Stallion. It's a classic Metamidian with mortar Gatling on top and flak Banshee combination on the bottom, captained by Cowboy's 6 guns.
So a lot of fire already going out, as just like we said, the battle is raging over the gun in the middle, an excellent cover to conduct your operations from.
Yes, indeed, and we've seen a little comment in match chat from Red Team. We've got the point. It's always a little race who gets to the gun first to choose its position to fight from.
Yeah, but the fight is moving away a bit from the gun here, as the galleon opts to move away from it. We see the blue team using the mountain for cover rather than the gun.
Yeah, on this range, Red Team is just dominating with its long-range guns. Flak just misses Cape there as they lost their hull armor for a moment.
Yeah, with the double Minotaur, it's gonna be very hard for the blue team to fight at range at any point. Is that disruption to the aim of the gunners?
Yeah, so it's not just bad captaining here on blue team's side, but just the Minotaurs that totally disrupt your shooting. And they can push you around, as we've seen here for Caped. They get pushed around by long-range minnow shots.
And with a long ship like that, it's very easy to knock them quite a lot, because the closer to the edge you shoot, the more that ship is gonna spin. We see the Stallion making a move here through the gun. However, the galleon's fire might just be too much for them to move in right now.
And this is important that the galleon fires here, because who is Batman, the Crusader, is a very, very soft target for Stallion. A Metamidian does really, really well counter a Crusader if they don't pay attention. So Marchene on the wheel there needs to be very careful where he's maneuvering and how far he advances.
Yeah, and they need that galleon to act like kind of a bodyguard, a deterrent to make sure that no one really moves in. We see the Stallion here moving in on the Crusader now. And the Metamoth being hit by Minotaur.
But there they go. Like that's a mortar shot. A lot of perma gone. But they still have Metamorph back to back them up.
Yeah, they managed to get out of that perilous situation between the Stallion and the Mountain, and now the Pyramidion goes down.
It was Red Team who prevailed here. A bit unfortunate maneuvering for the Stallion.
I see the Cape moving in
right
here.
now too. Yeah, getting close range too.
I mean, one flat clip could just even out this and give that blue team the kill they want. However, it's not looking very good for Cape as they lose the armor once again.
That was just like too much pressure from Metamorph there. They really dominated this engagement with their excellent long-range shooting.
Yeah, the Metamorph has some really good shooters on this ship. They've been proving that even though you cross map, you're not really safe.
Yeah, I do feel like Metamorph was a good choice here. Bringing the Galleon, as it's, beside those long-range dominating capabilities, still a very good bodyguard for its ally, just because of its tankiness.
Yeah, and they do have that short-range side as well.
They definitely can defend themselves if they need to.
Yeah, blue team opting to spawn at 5B there, immediately spotted by the red team, firing coming immediately.
Don't get a breather there.
Yeah, they need to move for the hard cover and they need to do it fast because they are losing armor and they are taking damage.
Yeah, and if those heavy flak shots hit, that Crusader is gone.
Oh, that's a lumberjack. But they are gone.
That does the job anyways. I was wondering, like, if that hits, it should be gone. But of course, if it's a lumberjack, that does a bit less damage, but enough to annihilate them here. So we've got 3-0 in favor of Steel Lego Lepidoptera, as we've got a bit less than 15 seconds left on the clock.
We'll see the Metamorph moving in here to really pressure the Pyramidion, who seems to be a bit stuck against the terrain. We see some heavy damage against the Stallion. Caped is moving in to try and help their ally, however, they're just too late. Now the question is, does Red Team see them?
Yeah, they're shrouded in clouds up there, but now they're dropping. Might
yeah, they need to hightail it out of there right now.
Yeah. Not even as a well-armed Crusader, not the position you want to be in. It looks like they were lucky enough not to be spotted for a long time.
Yeah, here comes the spot though, and that Galleon is moving very fast. As Stallion spawns in as well, joins the fight.
It looks a bit like Who's Batman missed the memo that they're moving in, hanging a bit behind there.
Yeah, but we see the Galleon coming in here, taking the attention. However, will they be able to stand under the pressure?
I am pretty sure they are. Look at Stallion. That's
really good Hawacha on the Stallion.
Wow. I mean, you do have the guts. You do have to have the guts there to move in against two ships and actually dominate that situation.
So we see both blue ships still shooting the Galleon. However, that just means that we have a Crusader who's totally interrupted in shooting, and that is deadly.
Yep, my Cape's really not enjoying that place there.
Yeah, we see the Gatling coming out. Their armor is getting weaker and weaker. Will the flag come out? Yes, it will. And down goes the blue team.
Alright, there was a 5-0 sweep here. First match for tonight. Many more to come.
Yeah, very good teamwork between Merwin and Mosine there, and really good job by the crews, actually. The Galleon was very deadly, even at the longer ranges, where hitting with those arcing guns can be hard.
Yes, absolutely, that's true. Good job there.
All right, so moving on to our next lobby, we've got the Spud Amendment versus the Pangaean Void, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the Pangaean Void's match just resolved in time for us. So with
Always nice
time
when
of
things align.
organization. Yeah, that was brilliant move there. And looking at the scoreboard, it looks like most matches so far have been a 5-0 sweep, except for the Tar Wars against Shackdos, who's still running right now.
Yeah, a lot of 5-0s in the brackets here.
Alright, so the lobby timer is once more started. And we'll see how much changes we see this time. Caped and Stallion are still on the field right now, but that might well change.
Yeah, I mean, the last lobby game we saw started very slow and ended with a whole lot of changes towards the end of it.
Yep, they're starting out a bit earlier this time.
So just about 2 minutes left. We are seeing a couple of changes from the red team. None on blue so far.
Well, Pyramidian and Magnite seems like a solid combination. I guess that might be what they also trained for in scrims or whatever. Sometimes you just don't want to mash that up too much. But it's both rather new teams. I mean, looking at the player base of the red team, it's not new players, but a rather newly formed team. And
yeah, we've been seeing a whole lot of new teams.
Out. Yes, indeed, leading to 11 teams tonight, which is insane, but great.
Yeah.
I can't really remember if we ever had that. At least not in my time following SES.
I don't know about 11. I've heard about 7 and 8 before, and we had 10 last time, did we not?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so an influx of new teams. Yeah.
A few years ago, I feel like it used to be like at 3, 4, 5 around there, the regulars.
Yeah, and it used to be the same 4 or 5 about every week.
Yeah. You knew. Was that the time where I think somebody made a stream where you actually had like little pictures and descriptions of people that were actually playing, because it used to be always the same ones?
I think that was Urs that I remember seeing one of his streams with the character profiles, yeah.
Yeah, it could well be.
You have the little
really nice.
favorite chips and everything.
Yeah, right. But it would be a bit a hassle to do that if you get totally new people and teams every week. So we stick to just call out ships that we have.
Alright, and there we go, loading into the next game, Assault on Kinforth. Looking a bit wonky right now because I noticed when I tried out the new streamer tool, it did not have all of the new maps, so right now we're looking at a very blank screen.
Oh no! Yeah, that's not really interesting, but good luck that it loaded fast enough.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start us off with the Caped Crusader. Piloted by Ozgrabber, it is a Crusader. And on the left side we see a Minotaur. We've got, is that a Flamer along with a laser?
Interesting.
And then on the right side we've got the Hwacha, you've got an Artemis and another laser. Moving on to the Tower of Truth, piloted by Cowboy 6 Guns. It is a Spire, Hwacha Spire, with a double Gatling on the top deck, along with a flak on the bottom deck.
Ship number 3 is the SS Black Sail, piloted by Chati. It sports a flak on the left side, heavy flak, together with an Artemi and a laser. On the right side we do have a combination of Gatling, Artemis and Hwacha. And to finish stuff off, ship number 4 is the Industrial Crow, the Crusader piloted by Freddy. Sports heavy weapons, a flak and the Hwacha. And we have on the middle deck Artemi, mortar, Gatling and a laser.
Alright, so very interesting ships, especially that heavy flak. We'll see if they get to utilize it, because getting the actual time to use it is usually very hard. It's a very small window that you have.
Yeah, timing is crucial, and if you get the timing right, you still have to hit with it, which is, it's another difficult thing. And looks like...
I see some fire already out on the Tower of Truth.
Yeah, let's see how good blue team performs in a long-range battle. They do have a very experienced gunner on that heavy flak on Daciel crew. Cole has been playing for years.
Yeah, and
There's
that's
a good
the
chance that he'll
thing
hit the bunch.
that we mentioned. These are not new players, just new teams. So we still have a lot of veterans in between these two teams.
Absolutely.
And so we see both teams here being very cautious of each other. No one really charging in. They're both kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, look at these long range shots. They're more probing what the others are up to than actually threatening. Tower of Truth is trying to get into position there. They're shrouded in clouds right now, which is a good thing.
It's almost as if they're checking, like, if the other ship can hit from that range, and from where can we shoot comfortably at the other team. But the blue team a lot more open than the red team. The red team does have a lot of cover to go with their position.
Yeah, Dusty Old Crow is right now hit by that laser, and they need to be bit careful with that, because laser is quite dangerous for a Crusader. Just because their hull armor is not so strong as it is on other ships.
Yeah, no, the Crusader cannot take a lot of punishment before they go down. They are, by all means, a glass cannon.
Yes.
Seems like we've got our first pause call out.
Oh yes, indeed. Let's grant that. Start a timer.
Alright, so looking at what we see here, I mean, red team arguably has the way better position, and I don't think they're in a hurry to move out of there, so it seems like when we get back to it, it's going to be blue's move to try and suss them out of there.
Yeah, I'd expect the same thing. And Tower of Truth is well positioned there.
Alright, and so we're unpaused and the ships are allowed to move again. Fire immediately out on the black sail. One thing to note as well is that red team, while the Caped has some long-range capabilities, the Tower of Truth is very much a close-range ship. And so they don't really want to go out there and face the blue team unless the blue team comes a bit closer.
Yeah, I feel like after 5 minutes of game, people probably had enough of checking out on the others. Start doing stuff.
And we see the Spire taking some minor hits, however they can quickly move into their cover. And we see the double laser from the Caped at work here as they manage to get both of them on a single target.
Ah, nice. It's brilliant to see that. Not so much if you're on the receiving side, I guess, though.
Cape needs to be really careful here because we have to remember the blue team is sporting a flak cannon, and if that armor goes down and that flak comes in at the right time, that ship might as well just be gone.
Could happen very, very quickly there.
There's still a very slow engagement. Tower of Truth is biding their time. They are very powerful up close, but they can't really close that distance without taking a major hit.
Yeah, and you don't want to expose yourself too much against so many guns as blue team is supporting.
Especially the flak cannon.
Yep, that's a bit of a toll there.
So now we see the red team splitting up a bit, meaning that the blue team have to keep their eyes on two different targets on two different places. We got a armor break on the black sail, some minor damage. Caped also hull broken, however it doesn't seem like they get any major damage to them either.
No. Not
However,
too
they are
much.
looking to be in a bad position here. We see the big bullets coming out and their armor is looking very low. It just barely misses there.
Yeah, Tower of Truth definitely needs to make a move here. They can't stay in that comfortable position there anymore.
And Tower of Truth taking a heavy bit of damage as they move out. However, they do have that double Gatling, so they can take out an armor in an instant. And they've got that
there it
flak for
goes.
follow-up.
Dusty Old Crow is suffering from that much piercing damage. However, Tower of Truth is itself fought off by the SS Black Sail, helping out its ally there. Caped coming in a rush.
We see the flame actually coming out now. I was a bit confused when I saw it. Cape taking a whole lot of damage. Tower of Truth losing hull armor.
Well, we definitely got an excited engagement going on here. Black Sail lost hull armor 2. No follow-up though there.
Tower of Truth just got their guns up again. Cape taking very minor damage. However, Black Sail, now without any armor, taking a whole lot of explosive. And they might just go down here.
Yeah, that's not looking good for them here. And off they go. Making it the first kill for Red Team.
Yeah, red team up close. I mean, there's just no keeping that armor up. You've got two Gatlings on you and you've got a Minotaur. Maybe even the double laser going out. There is so much piercing on the red team side. Down goes the other blue ship.
They pretty much didn't have a chance against two of them.
Yeah, however, the red team's victory wasn't bought without paying any perma damage, and we see the Cape sitting at around 50%.
Yeah, I do hope that the frame rate issues did resolve for people that called the pause. It got a bit better on my end, but it was really annoying for a while.
Yeah, the game
Might
is
be
not
that-
without its quirks.
No, I just want to say it might be that Guns Vickers server Orbit not handling that many servers games active at the time.
Now we're seeing blue team now kind of pushed up into the corner here. They do see the red team and they open fire immediately. Cape needs to be really careful not to lose its armor here. Tower of Truth, still unspotted, seems to be opting for a flank.
Yeah, I feel like Black Sail does have an idea that there might be something in the close there. So far they're just eating a lot of damage. As
Yeah, they
Cape
do
got their
turn
guns on
towards
them.
the spire, so they might be seeing them, unable to spot them.
Yeah, but they're a bit too high right now, as Tower 3 is allowed to fully unleash its power on Dusty Old Crow.
And Cape takes that moment to move in now. Dusty Old Crow taking more damage than it can handle. That armor is not being kept up. However, they managed to narrowly escape. But the Cape is still on them.
There was an interesting ram there on Tower of Truth. I guess they might have better just waited it out, but right now, blue team's very much in favor anyways.
Yeah, so blue team, first ship goes down and there goes the second. Alright, so red team is currently dominating this match.
Yep, Spider-Man definitely did put a good lead on here, as it's 4-0 in their favor. More than 9 minutes left on the clock. And we're yet waiting for the first kill of the Pangaean armament. The Pangaean Void, sorry.
As the red team has been doing a really good job of letting the Crusader take the attention while the Spire slowly moves in. I mean, that flank caught them almost completely off guard, I'd argue.
Yes, that was an absolutely brilliant flank there. It's not without risks to let the Crusader tank, or at least attract attention. But if the timing is right, and it definitely was this last engagement, you can reap the benefits of it.
Yeah, that's what makes it such a good target, though, because it looks very juicy to the enemy team. It's a ship that you do want to be shooting, because you know they are fragile. So, blue team spawned down in the southeastern corner, currently moving up to where they last saw the red team. And the red team is still there.
Oh, they've been too lazy to move away. Right now they're separated by a big chunk of clouds.
And red team haven't been moving that much. They are not actually even turned towards where the blue team is coming in. Spy is slowly turning.
They should be, because blue team is already very close. Yep, there goes
And now
Spot.
spots come out. And armor already down on the Tower of Truth. However, no major explosive damage coming out from the blue team.
We're done again here. This
We
time
see the
they
flak
take a
cannon
bit more
coming out.
damage.
And they get a hit in!
Oh, nice.
That's the Spy done for.
Good job.
Yeah, the Cape looking very lonely now against the two blue ships coming in.
Trying to go in. It's pretty much the only option they have right now.
Yeah, try and get some of that perma, maybe even a kill if you...
Yeah, look at this.
If you're really
They're doing
confident.
quite some damage to Black Sail.
Yeah, get that Minotaur in there. They've got the lasers on them. That
Suddenly
armor
it's
is
Black
taking a
Sail running
beating.
away.
Tower of Truth has spawned in, however, Caped is looking very damaged at the moment, but they are not letting up on the barrage against the Black Sail, and in comes another Watcher taking out a good chunk of that perma.
Hell, they're definitely onto something there.
Yeah, but now the balloon, I mean, they are starting to feel the consequences of getting shot at, and down they go.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show that just because you're alone versus two ships doesn't mean you should give up.
That was a brilliant play there from the crew of the Caped. Very impressive.
They're managing to keep the ship alive while moving onwards, still dealing that amount of damage. Tower of Truth is visible to the blue team, however, I don't think they're thinking about engaging just yet. Taking a minor detour here into the chimneys.
Yeah, we're up to for a sightseeing tour right now. That's a huge chimney there. Wonder what has been produced here.
So Caped is spawned in and they're moving forwards. Tower of Truth is holding on to their position here, moving a bit back. Bumping, unfortunately, on one of the structures.
Well, Industrial Crow used their watch a bit too early. You're usually not hitting that much on this distance. But I mean, by the time they engage, they will have time to reload it.
We'll see. Tower of Truth taking heavy punishment, losing an engine and 3 guns. And armor goes down again. Will the heavy flak hit? They just barely miss. They get one of them in, but not armed. However, there comes the ram, and Tower of Truth barely survives. However, Black Sail is also looking really weak, and we've got a whole lot of piercing on the on the red team. And with the uppercut jab, the Caped Crusader finished them off.
Yep, making this a 5-2 victory for Spud Amendment against Pangaean Void.
I will say it looked a bit scary for the red team in the beginning. They didn't have the long range capabilities to really match the blue team. However, they played cleverly around the cover and made sure to pull the attention to the ship they wanted to have the attention of the enemy team.
Mm-hmm. The last words of the Pangean Void, as they have to leave tournament, unfortunately. And we're closing this lobby shortly, just to make sure that we don't have any frame rate issues next match, and open up a completely new one.
As we move on to the Tar Wars, Piraten Strikes Back versus the Fresh Void.
Right, the lobby has been created. We're playing on Water Hazard for the next match. Alright, the invitation to teams is out. We're just waiting for them to drop in.
And so we're sitting here waiting for the teams to arrive. We have some time to check out the chat. Dolly, thank you so much for the 100 bits. And Rareform confirming that Urs is the one that did the player profiles.
It's been a while since Urge was commentating.
Yeah, I think we were actually discussing that the other day. I think it was around SES 230, somewhere around there.
Ooh. Yeah, it could be. Would that make it 2 years? 2.5 years?
Around 2 years, I think.
I was a bit too lazy to actually calculate it, but I guess it is.
As we see that the Fresh Void has come in, still waiting on the Tar Wars.
Yeah, I got a cryptic message from Best One of the captain of Tar Wars, replying to my invitation to join. Just with I'm investigating where their team is at. Looks like one team might have gone missing somewhere in between matches.
I mean, it is completely understandable given the size. We do have a whole lot of people helping out voluntarily, which they deserve a whole lot of credit for.
Yes, indeed.
And even without the match timer, the blue team has the courtesy of calling out their changes.
Now that's good sportsmanship. Like, they didn't even have opponents, and they're still...
And in comes the Tar Wars.
Yeah, it looks like there has been quite some confusion with the challenge, which has... somebody reported a score for the match Pomelos against Star Wars, and we found out that it actually didn't finish yet.
Oh.
Yeah, weird. We'll have to find out in the aftermath who actually reported wrong scores there. Aye.
Yeah, what's important now is that we move on and we move forwards. I see the lobby timer is up.
Yep, we do have the usual 4 minutes. People to decide on what they actually want to bring to the field.
So looking at the teams here, we might be seeing the evening's first Stormbreaker from the blue team.
Oh, lovely. Also, it looks like blue team has a rather new captain, level 12. Lovely to see that. It's always good to have new people trying their gears here, even in SES. Still have a lot of fun, even if it's labeled competitive.
Yeah, because I mean, anyone can have a go, and sometimes the best way to grow is just try your hand at the current top to see what they do, and one of the best first-hand experiences is getting or facing it in battle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get to play the best teams around, and there's a lot to learn there, as you said. And especially, I think if you participate regularly in scrims with other teams, most teams will be very glad to scrim with you, and that's where you learn the most, because you also have time to exchange tips and to look what other teams do, what loadouts they bring, and what styles they fly. So we have like 1.5 minutes left here, and the Stormbreaker is still on the field. I'd love to see that.
It's always fun seeing different ships. I mean, we've been seeing a whole lot of Crusaders actually this SES so far.
That's another surprising thing.
Yeah, everyone's major complaint is usually the Artling currently dominating the meta. The Pyramidion with a Gatling and an Artemis on the front.
Yeah, as for example, Fresh Void's Artling there. They call it by the name. And
they're not beating around the bush. They're calling it as what it is, you know?
I do appreciate the honesty there.
Freddy coming in with a hot tip saying you just need to learn from your mistakes, and there is wisdom in that.
Yep, and there's plenty of occasion to do mistakes here, as we all do. And
ships
with
are
the
now
recordings,
locked.
you even get to look at them again to learn some more.
Yeah, getting another perspective on the whole match is a very good thing for seeing seeing the bigger picture.
Yes, indeed. We're just waiting for Azur Falke to ready up too. But other people are eager to start this game.
Alright, and in we go to Water Hazard. A very classic Guns of Icarus map.
Sporting such nice things as Bridges of Doom that are always good for some fun plays.
A very dangerous thing if you're not watching where you're going. Could mean the end for your ship.
Yep, there's a lot of ships that got caught up there.
Alright, so I'm gonna start us off with the SMS Balaton, piloted by Huskynir. It's a Magnate, sporting some front Gatlings, middle Artemis, and back Watchers, a mirrored ship actually. Then you got the supercharged Firefly, piloted by Best One. It is an Artling, like we mentioned earlier, Gatling and Artemis on the top deck. And then the flak cannon on 3 with a Artemis on the back.
A very similar loadout is seen on the Fresh Voids Artling, piloted by Azur Falke. It got an Artling loadout with Artemis and Gatling on front, and another Gatling flak on the lower deck. And finishing the whole thing off with the Way, which is currently making its way directly forward, piloted by Fenix. It got a Watcher on the right side, and Banshee, flak, and Gatling on the short range side, which we already see in action here.
Yeah, we see them using the Banshees for some long-range harassment, while keeping an eye on the enemy. We see the Fresh Voids Artling making its way to the battle as well. Red currently in a very open area, while the blue team does have some cover on their position.
Yeah, we'll see if they really gonna need to use it. I feel like many teams do have a rather short range loadout. I mean, Artemai are good for long range combat, but it's probably gonna take a long time before you kill something with it.
Yeah, and the Balaton is basically another Artling. You've got the Gatlings, you've got the Artemis. It's gonna perform the same function, only that it could potentially be shooting 2 Artemis at the same time.
Yep. What about the hull armor? How does that compare to the Pyramidion nowadays with the different tweaks to it?
So we're seeing both teams exchanging some blows here. However, no one's really committing seriously to the fight just yet.
Red team is a little bit more sticking together, but they need to split up now, as blue team is very split here. They still do have the option to support each other though.
Because we have to remember that Stormbreakers are incredibly fast when they put their mind to it. We're currently doing a pretty good job of staying just out of reach of the red team while providing some harassment.
They get a little bit stuck here in front of Supercharged Firefly. He was able to keep up with that speed by just turning.
And we see Supercharged Firefly following the Stormbreaker so far. However, the Fresh Voids Artling, should the red team decide to go in on them, is looking a bit lonely at the moment. We see the Balaton slowly closing in here. They're getting the Gatling in range. They've got their double Artemis aimed at them, meaning they don't really have a way of firing back right now.
No, guns are a privilege in this engagement. We see here, as you mentioned, the fastness of the way. Stormbreaker here, running back to its ally, leaving Balaton a bit on its own for a short time, but Supercharged Firefly paid attention.
Oh, but they go straight into a pillar, losing their armor.
Ouch! Don't get
No
punished
real
for
follow-up on that, though.
What a shame. Yeah, that was bad luck there.
But we do see the way sporting the drift sails, so they are not fully in control of every turn.
Yeah, I mean, Water Hazard is open enough to experiment around with drift sail, but there's still enough builders to actually hit something if you don't pay attention.
Alright, Supercharged Firefly now trying to lock down the way here. They've got 2 engines down on the way as they continually fire upon it. And the flak comes out and down goes the way. Now Freshforge Ardling is left alone, and the SMS Balaton has not stopped its barrage of Gatling and double Artemis fire.
Nope. And the second ship on it won't help Freshforge Ardling. As they get annihilated by Supercharged Firefly here, taking another kill. And we've got 2-0 in favor of Red Team.
Yeah, the blue team really needs to commit on a ship, I think, to be able to kill it, because with 3 Artemis firing at you, they're going to be able to lock down a select ship, and if you're pitting the Supercharged Firefly against the way, it's just a matter of time before they get those engine shots, and then, well, they're able to just kill them off.
Yeah, as soon as the way loses its engines, it's pretty much over for them. But we get a little brief here.
Yeah, that's the way of the game. Galleons got their armor, the small ships have their engines, and if they lose that, they're just dead. We see the blue team spawning in B1. Red team already sees them, and they're currently moving in. We see red team in a very tight formation here as they start to move in.
Yeah, making it hard for blue team to actually do something here.
Freshforge Ardling actually moving in here, challenging the Balaton. They get a hull break, but then they get watched at losing 3 guns and an engine along with their balloon.
Yeah, but unfortunate maneuvering there. Just getting in front of the SMS Balaton and not staying beside it or behind it where you want to be. And
the way once again getting locked down.
Its armor. Oh, that was a glorious ram there. Good job. 4-0.
As the red team are sporting some really dangerous Artemis shooters. Being able to get those engines is not always the easiest.
Who do we have there? Leon Silverfox and Vicious Renaman shooting the Artemi, probably.
Yeah, I think it's customary nowadays to put the gunner on the Artemis, on the Pyramidion at least.
Yeah, I was just wondering about the magnitude. Could actually be LLL Cube shooting there. At least they're standing right next to Artemis there.
And we see blue team opting for the same spawn again, and red team does have vision of them, so it's probably only a matter of time before they get spotted. Here comes the first spot, there comes the second.
Alright, what does blue team do differently this time? They've lost 2 engagements, they need to do something else this time.
And they did manage to get some damage in when the Freshforge Ardling went up and really challenged the Balaton. However, they need to not get those engines shot out in the upcoming Hawacha blasts. And the Wayne needs to find a way to keep their engines intact, or they're in trouble this match. Fresh Void's Artling taking a whole load of damage as both red ships move in. The Way looking a bit helpless to help their ally right now.
Yeah, they did stay back in order to protect their engines because they were the first ship to die in the last engagements. But that exposed Fresh Void's Artling to the dying here.
And as such, we see a victory for the red team. I think they had a really good teamwork. The Pyramidion never really let up on the Stormbreaker, letting them get behind and harassing. They always had the Pyramidion after them, kind of like a little watchdog. While the Magnet could just easily challenge the Pyramidion by outgunning them.
Yeah, after all, a very good ship choice on red team's side. Giving them victory, besides good play, of course.
Alright, and then we move on to our next lobby between the Spud Amendment and the Star Wars Peregrine Strikes Back.
Hello.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening. Are you done with? Yeah, you are done. Obviously, you're done. Wait, you're now doing Spud Amendment versus Star Wars?
That's what you launched as. Aren't we supposed to do that?
You are, but I thought you already were done with that match.
No, we are
we
currently
did,
on match 11.
Match number. Yeah, we did match number 9 too. So we had like another round there.
Yeah.
We did the same amount of matches as you did. Don't worry.
I will do some more now. And yeah, or you know,
do
if you want to.
Do you take over from me? I'd be very glad, actually.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
I did very much enjoy to be with you, Dimitri, tonight. It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
Another time. Absolutely.
He's a walking pleasure. That sounds wrong.
Slightly. Yeah, I'll hand over to you, Sal, then, for refereeing.
Yep.
And have fun, you two. Enjoy.
Yep. Ein schönen Abend noch dir.
Ja, danke gleichfalls. I think the lobby is almost ready for you to have fun.
Seems like it.
Alright, good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.
So, time to update your stream, I guess. Can I finally close OBS? I can, that's good.
Alright, and as we now got you here, Sildarim, we've got a mention of you in chat. We saw Freddy saying you just need to learn from your mistakes. And then it went on to say, yeah, I remember the time when Sildarim killed a full health galleon because he moonshine drift sailed into a mountain. Do you recall this incident?
Is whatever I'm saying right now live?
Yes.
I do recall that incident, as yes, I was piloting. Obviously, I know that incident. So, turns out after a lot of scientific research we did, if you moonshine drift sail a galleon, intend to ram a judgment, go full speed, or really fast, and then miss said judgment and hit the wall. Yeah, that's enough damage to kill you.
And did you learn from this mistake?
Yeah. I learned to be more careful when moonshine drift sailing moonshine drift sailing a galleon.
I think that's words we can all live by.
I mean, always be careful when piloting, but especially when you do moonshine drift shenanigans. So, heavy typing intensifies from my end. You ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay, then 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, lobby timer is live.
Okay, this one is spots. Oh god, oh no, I can't give them the abbreviation SA. No,
I gave them the abbreviation SPD.
I just gave them SPA.
That also makes sense.
Wait, what? SPD? That's the German party.
SPD.
That's actually a German party. Good job.
SPD, like spd. I also think we've got an abbreviation very similar to the Republic of China in here somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I think I managed to make one.
Oh. Do we also have the vote going on in your stream chat? Who will win?
We have had no gambling today as I've been busy figuring out the new program I'm using.
I see. We do have a lobby timer there, and it's on point.
That's right.
Well, okay, you have a bit more delay than a minute, it seems.
Might be a bit more delay than a minute. Should be a minute by everything I'm seeing on my end.
Well, my timer is like, what is this? 8 seconds further.
Oh, but that's a very minor difference. I think we can make do.
Yeah. Also, have you changed something in your room? Your voice sounds a bit different.
I have updated some things. I moved on from using the OBS compressor to using Adobe Audition.
Oh, that might actually be the change.
Thank you for noticing.
Sounds better, I have to say.
Thank you. I do try to improve at least once every week.
That's still more improvement than I ever did on my stream.
Right, so what are we looking at in this lobby? We've got a Pyramidian and a Crusader versus a Magnate and a Shrike. We've been seeing a whole lot of different ships this evening, yeah?
Have we actually managed that we have Spot Amendment going up against Star Wars Peryton Strikes Back?
Yeah, we do have that up, yeah? Is this not the Spud Wars versus the Star Wars?
I mean, I can see it on your stream there, but have you also said it? Well, now we have.
I don't know if I've said it out loud, but yes, we are sitting in the lobby between the Spud Amendment and the Star Wars Peryton Strikes Back. I think I mentioned it at some point.
Also, we are on the Peryton. No, sorry, Misty Mutiny. I was on Peryton. I've lost already. Just 3 matches, I lost already. Mega chat? Wait, why? Oh, change? Oh god, that's really close. Oh, that's even closer. Oh.
So we might be seeing the extended 1 minute here. I don't see any request for the additional minutes so far.
Well then, let me boot the lobby into the match. There we go. Oh, there's gambling now, right as I mentioned it.
Alright, seems like we've got one of my mods on it, so yes, there will be gambling.
Yeah, you can
Bet you
vote.
$2 right now.
I know I shouldn't, but I just did.
Alright, and here we go. We've got the Tower of Truth, a spire that we actually saw last match. So we're looking at a Watcher, double Gatling on the top with a flak on the bottom, piloted by Cowboy 6 guns. And then you've got the Caped Crusader, piloted by Arsgrabber. It's a Crusader with a left side Minotaur, flak, and laser. And on the other side, we're seeing a Lumberjack Artemis and a Hades.
Interesting. Ship number 3 is the SMS Stringy, whatever. It's a Vermilion piloted by Huskeneer. It's an Artling with top deck Artemis, Gatling, sight Artemis. Interesting. And another flak on 4. And ship number 4 is the Emotion Sickness. It's a Shrike piloted by Bestfon. He is bringing Detonator Gatling on the left and Watcher Gatling on the right.
Alright, so both teams moving quite quickly towards the center here. It seems like we've got some spots out. The Motion Sickness is currently spotted. Tower of Truth also spotted. They're very close range ships, so they don't really want to try and move out in the open. They want the enemy to come to them. Unless they can actually sneak up on them.
That's like actually, as the Watcher Spy I would also fly. That's interesting.
It's a very dangerous Watcher Spire. I mean, the amount of piercing damage it can output in a short amount of time is devastating.
I mean, yeah, if you sit in front of that thing, you will die really quickly. That's for sure. But question is, will anyone end up sitting in front of it?
We've got the Emotion Sickness sneaking up here.
Yeah, I think they are able to see the cape. They should be. Spots going out.
But can they see the Tower of Truth? That's the real question.
Well, they will probably in a second. Actually, no, they're not pushing further.
Yeah, and Tower of Truth is pulling some moves to remain hidden here.
Yeah, I think the Tower of... well, right now they're just bouncing on the building, but the Tower of Truth actually expected the Motion Sickness to go around the building.
Here we go, and the Motion Sickness moving in.
Oh, that's a disabled Watcher on the Tower of Truth. Ah, that's not good.
Yeah, and Stringy takes that Acid Skew to move in as they come around the corner. However, Caped sees them and opens fire immediately.
I mean, Blue Team needs to be really careful right now not to end up in a scenario where one of them is pushing in while the other one is pulling back.
And so Tower of Truth looking a bit isolated here if the Stringy would be to turn around. However, it seems like Emotion Sickness is going to go for the Cape instead, with the Stringy opting to go for the Tower of Truth.
Actually going in quite aggressively here. Unfriendly bounce and a ram.
I was seeing some rams.
They get an engine off the Crusader. Ooh, that's big.
See the detonator being used.
So, Tower of Truth once again turning around, looking awfully close to break, getting the Watcher out, but effects are a bit lacking. Cape is broken. Detonator fires into the weird hitbox of this building here, which apparently extends up a bit further than it seems.
Yeah, now the Stringy feeling the power of double Gatling. And there comes the explosive. Alright, so Emotion Sickness looking very lonely.
Yeah, and the red team obtains first kill. There's too many chests open. Let's kill red, also known as Spot. Spot? Amendment.
And it seems like Emotion Sickness is actually going to get away. I mean, the Shrag is a very mobile ship, very quick. And also with a very small
but,
hitbox.
Technically, he's on the wrong side of the map, but it shouldn't be a big deal.
We'll see now if he can move through them.
You can also just run around them.
Isn't my watcher going
wow,
out? An
that's an
engine
engine
down and armor down. 2 engines down on the emotion sickness. However, they keep gliding.
Oh, that's drift sail. He's drift sailing. He just drift sailed into a mountain. Ah, that hurts. That hurts so much. Losing another
And now we
engine
see
right
the
there.
fire coming out.
Yeah, Tower of Truth not messing around right there. Motion sickness looking awfully low. The Minotaur of the Crusader now on them. Both 2 engines down. Broken again. Follow
Will
up,
they
yeah.
touch the building? They just narrowly miss it, and they get behind hard cover.
Ooh, but careful not. Careful not to go down too far. That was close.
And so the
Okay,
Stringy is
so-
still standing by to make sure that emotion sickness either dies or gets out of there. Because right now this engagement isn't looking too good for the blue team.
Okay, I definitely see what Best One is trying to go for, like drifting in and out with the Shrike, doing gun runs and stuff. But right now it seems that Red Team is doing a quite good job at shutting that down. Okay.
I mean, everything that's
Emotion sickness
between
got
them and
out.
death is a good watcher from the red team. If that hits, they are done for.
Also, if they lose one of their heavy engines. That's also...
Yeah,
No,
exactly. So we see the blue team reunited here now.
Spots going on in the emotion sickness again. Stringy still lagging as standing around. Okay, now that they're actually moving. Just check that everyone is still there. No one went AFK.
And so, red team here moving from out of the cover in the city. Blue team in a very open and exposed position right now.
And yep, the Tower of Truth concentrating all the fire on the Stringy, and there you see laser and double Gatling does not mess around, and that's already more than
The
half.
flak's
burn
coming out,
privilege per
they're
hour.
almost dead.
Yeah, oh, but the motion sickness might get a good drop on the cape there. Will we see another flak? Yes, but it is too late. Rakos and a Triple L Cube doing quite a good job at tanking the Stringy, but that's not enough. As the Tower of
Caped
Truth
with a
finishes them off.
disgusting amount of fire stacks on most components here as the emotion sickness once again make their escape.
Well, I do believe that that detonator is used with incendiary rounds. It's probably the 3rd ammo on the gun, which I can't see, but should be incendiary. I'm getting all the Dimitri dollars from watching from having the stream open here.
And we see a spawn on the other side of the enemy team from the Stringy as they get
That's an
spotted
interesting
here.
Move. And if they're not careful, they will be on the receiving end of a lot of fire from the Tower of Truth. There we go. That's both Artemai and the Gatling disabled.
Yeah, however, the
now
emotion sickness is coming in from behind.
But they are going for the caped. Tower of Truth actually disengaging. Not for the sickness. Kinda. Okay, he is turning, but he lost an engine there. Caped now. Okay, Caped is ignoring the emotion sickness, it seems. Just
Emotion
facing the
sickness
Stringy.
losing an engine though.
Yeah, and they are also too far for the detonator. Tower of Truth broken right now. But with the lack of follow-up, that should be fixed quite easily.
And we see the Minotaur doing work on the Stringy there as they're being disrupted from firing. However, another hull break, and we'll see, do they get the follow-up? Doesn't seem like it. Another watcher going out on the Cape. The motion sickness is being very much left alone at the moment as the Tower of Truth has more pressing matters. However, they're getting some damage on the Stringy as the armor goes down, less than half of its health left. But it seems like the Tower of Truth is turning their attention to the Motion Sickness. Cape not looking very good here as they've got a lot of fire stacks on them. The Motion Sickness have been doing a very good job with the detonator. Stringy now getting to the back of the Tower of Truth. They go for the ram. Tower of Truth, barely no engines left, so they can't really respond. The Pyramidion behind them.
Yeah. Sorry for being on so long. Fuck.
We see them continue. However, the Tower of Truth do still have their guns and they manage to turn around. Watcher doesn't really hit its mark as the Stringy continues.
Tower of Truth broken, well, once again, but the Stringy's flak is not an arc. And we now have both Gatlings? Not just one Gatling. Now we have both.
And there comes the other.
Going ham on the Stringy right now, and if they're not careful, they will die.
They get stuck against the terrain.
But also,
And
like,
the
cape
cape's
is not
looking really
good
bad.
either, as they are under a lot of pressure from the Motion Sickness in form of both Gatling and Detonator.
However, the Motion Sickness now on the ground. The Tower of Truth is coming in with that Watcher. They don't want to lose their engines.
Okay, that was example of rather bad communication between pilot and gunner at that Watcher.
We're seeing the Motion Sickness, however, taking a whole lot of damage as they go down. And we're looking at a 4-0 in favor of the red team.
We have 9 minutes left on the clock. Looking at the Burmas, Tower of Truth is at half-life and Cape is holding on to a fifth, it seems. So, both of them are not looking good.
Yeah, but as we have seen, I mean, the Shrike survived almost 3 engagements on that little bit of health. And red team now just needs to focus down one of the blue ships to pull in that victory.
I would actually suspect, I would actually say that the target of choice will be the Stringy.
Yeah, they don't have the capabilities to escape like the Shrike does.
Yeah, they are less nimble.
And we see the blue team spawn down in the southeastern corner.
Seems like people are really enjoying using your emotes here. Emotes. As we see
everyone has their own way of cheering.
Yeah, as we see quite a lot of them in the chat right now. Also, aren't some of you supposed to play right now? Yeah, Sunstrom, why are you here? You're supposed to play right now. It's so is Ghost, actually.
Well, we're seeing blue team make a move. Red team has been very stationary. It seems like they're preferring their situation and their position in the town. They want to wait for the enemy to come to them. Blue team really doesn't have much choice here. We're looking at 7 minutes on the timer, and red team is sitting with a 4-0, meaning they do have the kill advantage.
Blue team now moving around the south of the map here, which is interesting. Considering that they should be aware of red team's position at least somewhat, due to kick cam spying and all that.
Yeah, and blue team is in a hurry now because they need to defeat the red team twice and then once more in order to get the kills necessary to be able to win this fight, and they have 7 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, that seems unlikely, but the records of an SCS match still lies at 2.5 minutes, so they still have plenty of time.
Yeah, I mean, we should never give up hope, and we might still see a reverse sweep.
Yeah.
However, blue team really is taking their time with this maneuver around the mountain here.
What did I vote for?
We've got some spots out on the Stringy. They see them through the clouds. And blue team seemingly still not in a hurry. Tower of Truth making their way in as the blue team seems to back off.
Seems like we have an infiltrator. Had an infiltrator in our spectators here. Okay, Tower of
Alright,
Truth now
Emotion
putting all
Sickness
of its
taking a whole
work
lot of damage.
into exactly the Emotion Sickness. But well, that's perfect confusion. Slipped and trigger slipped.
Now we see the Stringy moving in on the Tower of Truth. However, the Cape seems to be uninterrupted in its firing, and you don't want to leave that Crusader alone for too long, because they are a glass cannon and they will deal a whole lot of damage.
And no, okay, actually, Tower of Truth was a bit out of position right there to finish off the Stringy. But they will probably do the deal with them right now. With Watcher,
Yeah, we saw the Gatlings coming out.
Oh, you're getting raided. Dimitri.
Yep. Let's see, we're moving on here. Schwalbe coming in with a raid. Welcome. We're currently doing the Sunday Community Skirmish number 334.
Yes.
So join us as we still have a couple of matches left.
Yeah. So in this match, Spot Amendment takes the victory with a final score of 5-0 against Star Wars Paraton Strikes Back. And the next match will be Spot Amendment going up against Biodigital Jazz. On. That's a 5 and that's an O. Some scores. Bum 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 bum.
Alright, so coming up, we've got the Biodigital Jazz versus the Spud Amendment on Canyon Ambush. Now, Spud Amendment, we've actually been following the whole stream.
Really?
We've been... Yeah. We followed them in the first match as they dropped down into the road to redemption. And then we've been following them as they've been sweeping their way through. So the question is, can they keep it up against the Biodigital Jazz?
Well, that's a good question. Biodigital Jazz themselves have been pushed into the lower bracket here by Glow Water Research Expedition, so quite the foe. And now they are back looking for their revenge. Soon. Or maybe never. Okay, it seems like we have... Okay, seems like people are already here, so I will officially start the timer in a second. And it will be 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, and there goes the lobby timer. Schwalbe says, we streamed the Goyo, had to resort to Pirate DM because of the damned SCS. It is in SCS with a very high number of teams, actually, so...
11.
Most of the community is here.
Yeah, 88 players, if you include refs, that number would go up to 94, I believe. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Oh, sorry, are we on Canyon Ambush?
We are on Canyon Ambush.
Good. At least someone knows what he is doing. Oh god, yeah, last 3 matches, I had a ref. I wasn't refing.
It's very easy to get into the habit of just sitting back and watching stuff happen.
Yeah. Well done. 3 minutes on the clock. Oh, there we are.
It seems like blue team is sticking with their Spire, the Tower of Truth.
I mean, I actually really like playing a Watcher Spire like that on Canyon Ambush, because if you will in most cases get short range engagements, and in short range that thing is a powerhouse.
Yeah, it's a very good map for the Canyon Ambush, especially if you manage to get the ambush pod right.
Yeah. But sometimes there's also ambush and despair. Oh, sorry. The ship's name was Anguish and Despair. But still.
Alright, so timer is running down, and we're seeing a whole lot of changes from both teams. Pyramidian and Magnet right now sitting against a Spire and a Pyramidian.
Well, I would say the changes were mostly red team. There was only one actual change coming out of blue.
We've got a question in chat. Is Monker Madness Monday still a thing?
Monday Monker Madness is sadly not a thing anymore, but we have Monday Madness, which also includes a round of Monker, I do believe. So if you're still looking for something crazy to do on Mondays, check out Monday Madness. Also check out all the other events, more specifically Crucible, Son of Crucible, and also Black Flame Academy. But that's just shameless advertising.
Yeah, we're getting into the last minute here now. 30 seconds until the ships are locked.
Well, more like 20.
Yeah, and the last few minutes have been very calm in terms of changing. Now we see some rapid fire changes towards the end here.
Okay, that's actually two people from the same ship calling a change there. Boom, boom, boom. Ships are locked. I will wait some seconds. I mean, both. I think the people on blue team should be aware of asking for a minute. Well, seems like they don't need it. So, 10 seconds.
Yeah, they seem pretty set on their ship choices, so...
Yeah, they've been pretty set for the entire match, basically. And there we go. We will start the match shortly. Not breaking with traditions here. So yeah, what happened to the Cavalier Airmen?
To the what?
Cavalier Airmen, the C-80.
Oh! Alright, I'm gonna start us off here with the Anti-Kythera. It is no surprise, an Artling. That means Gatling and Artemis up top with a flak on 3 and a flamethrower on 4. Piloted by Sunrise Prelude.
Usually we see that mirrored.
Yeah, but it's each to their own, I say. Then you've got the Aphrodite, piloted by Tech Knight. It is a Magnate, seemingly mirrored. With the exception of the front guns, you've got a Gatling on the right side with a Hades on the left. Otherwise, you've got Artemis in the middle and Watchers on the back.
Ship number 3 is the Tower of Truth. It's a spire piloted by Cowboy 6 guns. It's once again the Watcher, Flak on the bottom deck and double Gatling on top. And ship number 4 is the Black Chicken. Pyramidian piloted by R Scrubber. It's an Artling with top deck Artemis Gatling, side Artemis and the Flak on 4. That's also an interesting setup, I have to say. Okay, blue team is pushing through the eastern passage quite aggressively, while red team is still sitting around a bit. But they're... No, they were,
Yeah, they're more peeking into the canyon.
No one called for a pause, I assume.
See the black chicken sneaking their way up. They see the anti-Kythera and they open fire. Spots out on both teams. However, the Tower of Truth still unspotted in the back.
Did you remember to put on the match cam?
Whoops.
Tower of Truth is broken right now and a lot of fire from the anti-Kythera. Bit of follow-up there, but nothing too serious yet. But that's another break right now. And that's quite the follow-up, so that's more than half the perma gone. Anti-Kythera on the other hand also eating quite a lot of Gatling here, as both blue ships are focusing all the fire on them. Flak fire anticipation too early, and that's that Tower of Truth.
Yeah, however, not enough fire back there as the spire still goes down. Black Chicken looking very lonely now as both red ships are making the way around the pillar to greet them.
And also first kill for Bio Digital Jazz.
Alright, and down goes the other ship. Usually it's a very hard situation when you are left in versus two ships. We see people in the chat now saying no stream. It was fixed. It was a little boo-boo. I made a boo-boo. I'm sorry.
How dare you? Ah, there we go. That's the game cap. Yeah, for all of you wondering, the streams run with a 1 minute delay, so when you react to stuff in the chat right now, don't be surprised if we react to messages that were sent a long time ago. And also,
and
any changes we realize will reach you way later.
The red team heading down the eastern passage. It seems blue team still not really decided what they want to do, it seems.
Also, once again, no gambling in your chat right now. Too bad.
Yeah, that's up to when we have the moderators ready.
I want to waste my Dimitri dollars. Ooh, Aphrodite is sitting on a mountain here for a tad bit. Nothing too serious though. Tower of Truth, oh sorry, rather blue team, going for the western passage it seems. Kinda. If we would have no clouds, we would be in an epic stare down right now. But due to clouds in the way, the teams actually can't see each other. But I think this is like one of the longest sight lines in Canyon Ambush.
Yeah, if not for the clouds, they would be able to actually see each other. But we've got the blue team moving up along the western edge, with the red team opting to move more for a center approach here. Seems like they might actually be facing off with each other in the center.
Well, red team is not really moving at all. They are just doing a bit of a stare down through the middle, staring at clouds.
Yeah, they do have the kill advantage, so they are actually in no rush right now to find the blue team.
Yeah.
We see the blue team making their way slowly through the canyons here. You need to be wary not to be ambushed.
On canyon ambush.
Exactly, there are a lot of little openings everywhere. Ships could be just around the corner, you never know.
Yeah. So, teams might actually encounter each other in a bit. Seems like red team is aware of blue team's position, as the anti-Kythera is already turning and facing the guns down.
And spots are out as the blue team makes the first move here coming out. However, they seem to actually back off immediately. This was not the engagement they were looking for.
Yeah. And that's an understandable one. They don't want to charge down the Magnet and the Pyro while both of them are staring at them. Okay, anti-Kythera now moving forwards. I will probably start shooting the black chicken right now. Yep, there we go. And that's a lot of fire on the black chicken. And that's a break. Flags go out. Oh, Duff.
Oh, and they are left with a sliver, but they go down.
Artemis for the win.
And now the Tower of Truth is alone. However, they do hold the corner, and that Watcher with double Gatling is deadly. But not deadly enough to take out two ships in an instant.
Like this, they might end up getting flanked through the... No, they will be flanked as the Antikythera is pushing forwards. Past them, actually.
Oh, they're going straight into their pawn here.
Ooh, that's a really good move from the Antikythera here. Anticipating the movement of the Spire and moving accordingly. No kill yet. But there we go. Those are the flux. And that's a dead Spire again. Red team now taking a commanding 4-0 lead.
And once again, it seems like they are no rush to get over there. However, they are actually moving forwards this time.
Moving forwards into blue team's spawn, it seems.
Alright, we've got a blue team spawn in 3C. They are currently hidden by the cloud,
yeah.
but red team is not far away. Spot's already out.
Spots already, yeah. Actually, sorry, Askrava now kinda opting to break the one rule of Artling. But now he's going up.
And the Kythera taking a nasty Watcher as they lose their armor and their engine.
But those flux were either not really well fired and they also weren't armed. So I think if they're still holding on to more than half the perma, but the Tower of Truth is now in a lot of trouble. Being under fire from both red ships, it seems. And if they're broken once again. And there we go, that's a kill. Okay, will the
Aphrodite
be able
alone,
to
however,
finish off? Well, Tower of Truth is actually completely disabled. They have no components on that ship.
Yeah, and down goes the armor, and there they they managed to just get it up as the magnet goes down. That was a very clutch rebuild on that armor.
Yeah, shout out to, I presume, Trigger Slipped for tanking that armor so hard.
And now blue team is in a bit of a predicament. That Spire is not very strong right now.
Yeah. They can't afford to let the Spire go first. I'd rather say that the Spire goes first.
Yeah, however, they know there's some distance between them and the blue team.
You mean right?
But they don't want that hull break on the Tower of Truth, because then
I mean, the Tower of Truth, when they break, they are dead.
Yeah,
they are in the area where you can get killed, so they can't break. Question is, what will blue team do about that? Oh, we have shots being fired. Okay.
Well, the Tower of Truth looking a bit low. Hades coming out, and their armor is moving downwards.
Is just focusing the Spire here. And sorry, there we go. That's the last kill.
And Spire just couldn't stand the pressure. I mean, they did not have any health at all. So as soon as that armor went down, so did they.
Yeah. So, Biodigital Jazz obtains the victory in this match with a final score of 5-2 against the Spot Amendment. And they will now move forwards to face off against Steel Legio Lepidoptera. That's match number 17. That's Fornhold Throwdown. Oh wait, no, not 4-star. That would be embarrassing.
Could have ended unfortunately.
Yeah, Thornhold, throw down. Oh god. Okay, the teams have been summoned and I'll be right back.
Alright, so as we're waiting for the lobby to assemble, I will be taking a quick break. However, you can see whatever's going on the screen. Be back with you in a bit. We're back.
Yeah,
We're sitting in the lobby into between Steel Legio Lepidoptera and the Biodigital Jazz. Yeah, we should say hi to Morgif from Schwalbe.
And the pilots are Mervyn, Moshene for red, and Sunrise Prelude, and Tech Knight for blue. 2 minutes on the clock.
And people may be wondering why there is no display picture for some of the newer maps. I just got this edition, and pictures for all of the maps will be coming by next stream, I promise.
Careful with what you promise. People might intend on pulling you through. Also, hi to Schwalbe. Hi to Schwalbe from Morgif. I imagine that in a really high-pitched voice. Which I'm not even gonna attempt to do, as I don't want to blow Dimitri's eardrums out.
I think we're all grateful for that.
Yeah. Okay, this is a bit more aggressive regarding the changes. Going a bit back and forth here right now. So I'm just flipping signature Summer Palace. Let's see if it's actually the Summer Palace or a different loadout. But ships are locked right now. Boop. Man. I need a drink.
Alright, and there we go. Most captains are readying up.
You know what? When did the timer run out? Actually, no, that's too long. Oh, and right as I said that, everyone readies up. I love it. That's what I want to see. And actually for me, this was the first lobby today that wasn't full started. Don't know about you.
No, we've actually been seeing very cordial play from the pilots. Alright, and going into the game, we've got the Popcat Moth. It is a Crusader with a left side Carronade, Banshee, and Gatling, a right side Watcher, Flak, and Gatling, piloted by Merwin. Then you've got the Fifth Element, piloted by Mosine. It is a Watcherfish with a right side Carronade, left side Gatling, and Flak.
Ship number 3 is the Summer Palace. It is a squid piloted by Sunrise Prelude. He's bringing Banshee on front, Gatling on the side, Mortar at the back, so almost the kill loadout. And ship number 4 is the Aphrodite, piloted by Tech Knight, not the Tech Knight piloted by Aphrodite. He is bringing Gatling, Artemis, Carronade on the right, and Hades, Artemis, Watcher on the left. Also, Mervyn is almost flying Meta Crusader.
And we see
Just
both
almost.
teams now going
Though.
towards the middle here. The wall has been spotted, so has the Summer Palace.
Okay, both blue ships are spotted. No spots coming out of red from on red team yet, but I can't talk straight anymore.
Summer Palace moving back, seemingly trying to get rid of that spot on them. And they now see the Fifth Element, a spot go out.
Well, I guess seeing is a relative term. They see the box. As we
the
do
Popcat
have some
Moth.
rather thick clouds on this map. Popcat Moth hiding down low. Actually, he runs it without a buff. That's
Aphrodite
interesting.
spotted as well as the Fifth Element makes their move. Seems like they're opting to go for the Aphrodite, meaning the Summer Palace will have to respond by moving back and get that fish
The
off
Fifth
of their ally.
Element The fifth element's watcher has been disabled though. And they're really close to a break here right now. There we go, the fifth element is broken. They are out of the Aphrodite's gun axe though.
Yeah, so they're behind them, meaning if they get a good watcher here, two engines out on the Aphrodite. However, Summer Palace losing its balloon, but Popcat Moth is not doing too well there.
Okay, people are referencing something in your stream chat, I don't know what.
See, the Summer Palace struggling to get a hold of the Popcat Moth here as they back off. We see the fifth element and Aphrodite still duking it out. However, seems like Aphrodite has gained some of the control as they have all of their engines back. But Balloon now goes out. Yeah, there we go.
And that's another watcher going in on the Aphrodite, carrying quite a few guns.
As we see a very spread out.
Has been popped, and actually they were also were broken. A bit of follow up there. I mean, a Meta Crusader doesn't mess around in general, and especially against squids. If you get the pop, you can kill, and you can kill quickly. I don't know which game should look at. Both of them might result in a kill, but it's the Summer Palace that dies first.
And I just missed that as I switched to the other engagement. Very unfortunate. However, it seems Popcat Moth was victorious in the end. Now we see the Aphrodite.
That's the first kill for Red Team, also known as Steel Legio Lepidoptera.
And so Aphrodite needs to get their friend back as Popcat Moth is moving back here into the engagement.
Yeah, they are moving, they are beelining over to their ally, going for the Aphrodite. Fifth element actually using their sight guns, getting the get flag ready on the Aphrodite. But
yeah, they do have a makeshift kill side there with the Gatling and the flak on the left side.
Yep. Okay, Summer Palace is back in business. Fifth element forward facing again. Popcat Moth almost here. Slow-mo? Yeah, slow-mo.
As it seems like the game might be experiencing something called slow-mo, which is when the server has issues processing all of the game happening. So ships will be moving very slow for a while here. Popcat Moth making the way in on the Aphrodite.
Catching up again. Oh, it isn't, so...
So Popcat Moth now taking some heavy damage. However, Summer Palace taking a great deal of damage from the Popcat Moth. And a pause has been called mid-engagement to try and figure out.
That's a bit unfortunate for me here right now, but we can't play with. So,
a decision needs to be made here.
I will end the match right now. Matter. And we will restart with exactly these loadouts. And 15 minutes on the clock, and 1 point already being taken by a red team. So they only need 4 to win. They will also still have advantage.
The argument could be made that the game is very much unplayable in that state.
Yeah. And since no ships had suffered any perma damage or neglectable perma damage, we can just do that without giving any penalty to anyone.
Alright, so once again moving into the match.
Did someone miss the explanation? So probably.
We could do it once more. So the lobby was suffering from slow-mo. So a decision was made to restart the lobby, give the red team 1 point, and start the timer at 15 minutes. So keep in mind that the red team only needs 4 kills for victory here. And they do also have the first kill advantage.
Yes, so we have 50 minutes on the clock, teams moving out again. It was a bit unfortunate that that happened, but I mean, it happens from time to time. Nothing we can really do about it. Yeah. You just need to deal with it. Usually, some other teams are a bit faster, and then they just go like, slow-mo, surrender, and one team just surrenders. This one was a bit slower. And I actually needed to step in and do that stuff, but yeah, we are back. We have the server's running smoothly again, and we are good to go.
And we see the Summer Palace moving really quickly around the map. However, red team has also moved around the map, and they have just about reversed their positions here.
Yeah, might actually be though that Summer Palace will... Actually, no, they won't. Okay. For a second, I thought they would peek over the building here, but they won't.
Alright, so both teams very close to each other, yet so far away. As they are separated by the wall.
And red team now actually going the wrong way.
Summer Palace doing its usual scouting. A very agile ship, meaning they can very easily get out of a bad situation should they happen to meet the both red ships.
So with a squid you can do both gun runs and also spotting runs, and you should be able to get out again. But one good Artemis or Watcher can really mess up your day there.
So both teams are really struggling to find each other here as they seem to be going back and forth. No one really committing to any direction right now.
Yeah. Seems like their brains are still suffering a bit from slow-mo.
Alright, and blue team turns around yet again, and they just about miss each other.
Yeah. So, when will people meet each other is the big question right now.
Because right now we're looking at 12 minutes on the clock. Red team has the kill advantage. And both teams seem anxious to get an engagement going, actually. However, no one wants to be the one to break the wall, as that will call a lot of attention to them.
Yeah, when you actually start shooting the wall, you will most likely be spotted, or people will know where you are. I mean, there are I think two walls on this, but only one is really viable.
Yeah. Now we have a call out from the blue team. They're giving away their position to try and get this started.
I still need to warn him though. I mean, he said, and this time here around, he actually said right position, but still, please don't do that.
Alright, so now the spots are out, the teams see each other, and we've got an engagement on our hands. Aphrodite staying a bit back as Summer Palace takes the front.
Yeah, and we have spots going out. Summer Palace is already getting shot at, by the way. Kinda missed that. I should probably pay more attention to the game than to the chat.
Right, and the Aphrodite punishing the fifth element for going in maybe a bit too far. However, the Popcat Moth coming in now, getting double focused.
But they managed to tank quite... Oh, actually, no, that's a breakdown. That's a Goombas... partial Goomba Storm from the Summer Palace there.
Yeah, they're in trouble now. If that mortar starts landing shots, yeah, they will go down.
Seems like Lure wasn't able to tank hard enough there as the Summer Palace's mortar finished them off.
Right, now we're looking at the fifth element here. They're taking some damage. Can they get out of this situation, or at least get some perma before they go out, is the real question.
Yeah. Also, for those of you being rather confused right now, yes, blue team just got a kill, but it's not the first kill, as red team already has one.
Some beautiful mortars there by the Sunrise Prelude as it passes the fifth element.
Yeah, getting
obviously some Hades coming out.
And there we go, that's a dead fifth element. Popcat Moth is in the fight again though, already. I don't think they can get a good drop on the magnet though, as some pilots pushes forward pretty aggressively.
Yeah, getting out of the grips of the Summer Palace is really hard once they get going, because they are just so very fast.
Popcat Moth broken once again, almost reversing into a mountain. But they will survive for now. Fifth element also spawning. They might end up in a meat grinder though. This is no position to be.
They seem to keep their life though, as the blue team backs off a bit. They know that the other red ship has spawned, and they see the fifth element coming in now.
Yeah, and in the end it worked out for red team, but it was a rather close call.
There's a Carronade going out on the Aphrodite's balloon, however they managed to keep it.
And that's a watch on the Aphrodite. But also quite a lot of Gatling on the Popcat Moth. They are broken. They're eating a lot of damage. Barely.
Looking at the Aphrodite though, they barely have any components left on that ship. Just now getting their engines back, and there they go.
None. And the fifth element is getting their kill side ready here with Gat Flak. Where's the Flak? I mean, Flak is not armed, but it's still enough for a kill.
Yeah, now the Summer Palace alone against Popcat Moth and the fifth element.
Oh,
we see two engines disabled.
Two guns going down there due to watches. That's a break. And that's also a pop. That's not looking good. Yeah, they will die. There we go. 3-2. And
Yeah,
6
Squid really
hours,
needs their
37
mobility to stay
minutes
alive.
on the clock. So yes, it's 3-2. Red team still has a killer from the previous lobby. Seems like there's quite a heated discussion. Well, actually, not really heated, but there's a discussion going on in your stream chat about the battle drums.
Yeah, the mechanic that they used to work on and the mechanics they work on now. Blue team spawns in the north as the red team are already on the scene here.
Yeah, and they only need 2 more kills.
Looking at the Popcat mod, they are not looking very strong at the moment.
Yeah. Fifth Element's pushing forward quite aggressively again, but they managed to get some good shots on the Aphrodite. With once again pushing forward to get the balloon and get a good watcher, but they lost the balloon themselves. Popcat North also putting the watcher onto the Aphrodite, but the Summer Palace is
We
behind
see some
them.
nice double focus on the Popcat Moth here as their armor.
Ooh, but he also needs to be careful not to ram into the mountain. And there we go!
Beautiful ram by the Summer Palace straight into the mountain there.
Yeah, that was a bit of a hiccup for both from Mervyn and Summer's Pollute, nicely capitalizing on that.
And once again, for anyone wondering, we're looking at a 3-3 in the score. No, 4-3, 4-2, right? Am I correct in this? Well, red team started with a point. 3-3, with the red team having the kill advantage.
With the red team having the kill advantage. Red team has first kill advantage and 1 more kill. Okay.
As we see now, the fifth element taking a lot of damage as the Popcat Moth starts their move in here.
Getting some disables on the Aphrodite, but I would say nothing too serious. Well, in the return, a lot of fire is going into the Popcat Moth right now. Also, nothing too serious.
We'll see once again developing into 2 1v1s as the fifth element goes for the Aphrodite. Summer Palace running around the Popcat Moth.
I mean, if you get some, you can keep up through Squid as a Crusader, and there we go.
Oh, but the Squid goes straight down.
Yeah, that might be match point soon. Oh, that is match point 4.
Popcat Moth making good use of their high turning speed on the Crusader.
Yeah, I mean, it's even better if you have buffs, but they opted for no buff. I usually run my Crusader buffed, and it has such a nice handling then. And you feel the difference.
The Aphrodite needs to be really careful here as the fifth element keeps up their harassment. However, the Summer Palace is back, trying to get them off their ally, but it seems like they might be opting to go for the Popcat Moth. No, they turn back.
They're getting the kill side ready. Kill by factor with the Gatling and the mortar here.
Yeah, and their armor is looking weaker and weaker.
The Watcher actually getting 2 engines. That's not too bad, but the fifth element is broken. Also getting the mortar, I believe. Popcat Moth now shooting the Aphrodite, but that favor is immediately returned as fire is going both ways. Summer Palace is broken. No.
They managed to go downwards to avoid the fish for now. Aphrodite taking heavy damage.
Fire coming into them right now. Ooh. Okay. And they've got Red Team obtains the victory. With a final score of 5-3? Take 3.
Yes. Very nice display by the Crusader there, fending off the Squid.
Yeah, 5-3. I know it says 4-3 here, but they had a once again a kill from the previous lobby we had to remake due to slow mode. So that means that Steel LL will be moving on right now to face the Pommelos.
Alright, so we'll see if the Pommelos can keep up their win streak, or if they're actually gonna get thrown out before the finals here.
Okay, there we go. That's where Asuka needs to go. Now let me take a look at that chat.
Yeah, the chat today has been full of heartfelt reunions and talk about in-depth game mechanics. Daida's saying a nice performance from SLL, and I would have to agree.
SLL.
Yo.
Yo.
No, we count the L at the end of Steel. It is capitalized.
Hello.
Is it?
It is.
What map did I just? Okay, no, the fjords. That one. Okay, the Pommelos are already showing up. The voices you just heard, those are Alpha and Steambrains.
Yo.
Yo.
And so the teams are assembling. We've got the Pommelos versus the Steel Lepidoptera? Yeah, there we go.
Steel Legio
Are you guys in the lobby?
Yes, we are. Of course we are.
So, are you guys refing and taking that one, or finishing it out, or what's the plan?
Well, the plan is that we do this lobby, unless of course you want to take over.
I don't care. I just want to make sure.
I think the plan was. The plan was to. This one was assigned to us, I believe, and then you do the finals. Is that correct?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Let's just
Alpha, please go
Okay,
to spectate.
I'll hop out so that you guys can handle this without like muddled comms, and we'll just hop back after then.
So we'll have 2 streams for this one?
I'll leave mine on idle.
You guys got
Okay.
this one. All right, definitely.
And then we'll hop over to mine for the finals.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so the lobby timer for the lower brackets finals has started, so we'll see which team gets to play in the finals and which team gets to end their journey here.
Yeah, and joined right now we have Pommelos and Steel Legio Lepidoptera, also known as Steel LLL. And the pilots would be Hellfire, Sunstrom, Mervyn, and Moshene.
As we'll see now, as the lobby game starts, what both teams will be opting for here.
Ooh, actually Hellfire renaming his squid here from Faye to The Inspiration.
One can only imagine
Rally
that
Mars.
he had a
Let's
good
not
idea
break
at
it
some
down.
point there.
So we would have the Victor and the Inspiration and the Victor. Well, but now we have a bit of a different set. Also,
I like Merwin's name there, Boozamble Moth. That bamboozled a few people there.
yeah, I mean, what was I about to say? Okay, yeah. Has Sunstrom, like in the past Formula's victory streak, has Sunstrom flown anything other than the Victor?
No? Yeah, it's been the Victor every time.
I think we might have seen some Squid. I don't know. I haven't been covering a lot of their matches, so.
But that definitely wasn't from Sunstrom.
Hellfire has mixed it up from time to time, but I've pretty much exclusively seen Sunstrom flying the Victor.
Yeah, I mean, when Magnet was the big, he used to fly Magnet every time.
Before that, it was the Mobula, so.
I mean, it seems like he looks at the meta, and then he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna take the meta build, I'm gonna take it every time.
And he specializes in one ship, you know? He gets really strong with
Also,
one ship that's the strongest at the moment.
Is Law watching the stream?
That might just be general conversation.
It could also be the stream, because I think it matches up with the minute.
Chloroform and Chill? Oh no. What a name.
I mean, if you have a bit of chloro... God, I forgot to type in the second message, but who cares? Everyone knows what it should say there. Hadush can't shoot anything else.
Oof.
Oof.
So
Also,
we've got
once
some
again,
shade being thrown around here.
yeah, once again, both teams struggling at assembling clan ships. Oh. Change the Punem back. Yeah.
Yeah, the lobby timer is over, so we'll start to head into the game now. Northern Fjords. Pomelos versus Steel Legio Lepidoptera.
So if we're doing the ship call-outs, do we all want to take one?
Oh, you can have mine.
Oh, it's your stream. I'll set it out. You guys can do it then.
I'll start with the red ones, because otherwise I get confused.
Yeah, you do red. You stream, you do red.
Alright, so starting off immediately here, we've got the Art, piloted by Hellfire, sporting a carronade on the heavy gun side. Then you've got a Gatling and 2 Banshees on the light gun side. Then we've got the Victor, piloted by Sunstrom and Artling, with a flamethrower on 3 and a flak on 4.
Alpha to the call out.
Oh, you said you wanted to do it. Okay. Taking a look at blue team, Merwin is bringing Buzamble Moth. This judgment is packing a Javelin light harpoon gun in the rear position, with a Quacha up front being backed up by a Banshee and a Hades. And they have a Quacha in the rear.
What, did he just change, or what the Nah, what the fuck.
And the bucket list being piloted by Moshene. This junker is running a lot of buffs, along with dual Artemi on the left-hand side, a forward-mounted Artemis, and on the right-hand side, a flak cannon and a Gatling gun. So they're going for mixed-range utility there. It's a very common build.
Yeah, but a return to the triple Artemis junker. I haven't seen that one in a while, actually.
It's gaining a lot more utility on the junker, especially because of the firing angle modifications. You can basically point those straight forward and run 3 Artemi while approaching your targets.
Yeah, so that Stormbreaker needs to be really careful now with 3 Artemis pointed in their direction. If they lose an engine, they are in trouble. We see the Victor approaching from a completely different direction here, coming from the west. While the Art does a good job of hiding down below the rubble here.
I think the fact that they're sitting stationary means they expect some trickeries going on here.
And I mean, they would be right with those trickeries as the Victor just drops in right now.
Bit of an unfortunate position for the bucket list. They left the wrong side exposed.
Yeah, now the Flamer comes out. We see a lot of flame stacks on the bucket list. Ensemble Moth turning to face the Victor.
Hydroing up to face them. But they lose their armor right now.
Yeah, and the flags go out and they get a sizable amount of their health removed. Bucket is kind of left out of the battle as the judgment goes down.
That's their judgment. Oh, I actually forgot to. Can someone write first color red, please?
There you go.
Thank you.
The bucket list now stuck between the two red ships as they lose their armor. Flag's not really hitting though.
Well, I guess dying to red team wasn't on Moshene's bucket list.
And down they go, and they should be able to join with their ally without them having to be force spawned.
Yeah, that should still be in a good range right there. Okay, we have a lot
2-0
of
for the
comments.
Pommelos so far.
Yeah, we have a lot of comments in your stream chat here regarding both chip choices and play choices. Artemis pointing out that the Victor Sunstorm actually was one of the people that utilized the high clouds on this map to do a drop, or to do like high entry and drop down onto the enemy without being seen, and also pointing out that it seems that blue team took 2 ships to counter the Pyra. Oh, back, there we go. The Art getting harpooned by the Buzamble Moth right now. But
And we're seeing a bit of the
with
same
it.
situation here. The Art taking a lot of the attention as the Victor comes in with a high flank. The bucket is kind of stuck on the other side.
The usual path is to drop down low and then stay down below the ice clouds there.
Buzamble Moth now broken once again with flux from the Victor being a bit late.
They get
There we
another
go, broken
try.
again.
They weren't.
Once again,
Incredibly
flux at 8.
fast hull rebuilds on the Ensemble Moth.
Yeah, Husker is tanking that armor, and he is standing right next to it, ready to go to care for it once it goes down. He's doing a phenomenal job at it.
Another
Yeah,
Victor
He's
being in a bit of
fashionable
trouble
plague
here.
Doctor mask.
What?
He's wearing his fashionable plague doctor mask.
Ensemble Moth once again losing armor and they go down.
There we go. It's actually code of conduct on Mervin's ship that everyone has to wear a black doctor mask.
Well, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so good on them for enforcing good safety standards.
And now once again, Moshene with the bucket list in a double focus from both the Art and the Victor. Lux going out, and there we go, that's that one.
Well, Victor almost at risk there of losing a bit of perma, but they managed to keep that armor up.
Yeah, once again, some phenomenal work on the bottom deck here right now. Where are the names? I want to see the name.
Mr. Ghost appears to be sitting on the hull there. If you're talking about the Victor.
Yeah, no, it's actually Count Lugubrios.
Yeah, so it looks like he's running main deck, and that
Mr.
Mr. Ghost is
Ghost.
down to help fix stuff up.
Yeah, Ghost is running the Gatling here. And to
Take a
do
look here. It looks like
Oh, very close spawn from the blue
back
team.
to business. Interesting spawn. Well, the spawn for blue team wasn't actually too bad, but red team anticipated it and was ready.
I think it's the buffs that are really giving Pomelo the difference here. As far as I can see, blue team is not running any.
Yeah, Ensemble Moth getting popped, so the bucket list is now very much isolated as the Odd makes its way over there as well.
Yeah, and the Victor is going ham at the bucket list. I don't know if the ram was intentional or not, but it's gonna cost them the game anyways.
Yeah, they caught up, or they stuck with a very hard control scheme there of isolating one of them by popping the other, making sure to keep the battle out of one of the ships' range.
And there we go. Pomelos wipe the floor with the Steel Legio Libertatera with a victory and the final score of 5-0. Okay,
Alright, so
we put
now
that in.
onwards to the finals for the Pomelos as we go over to Alpha stream, Alphitros on Twitch. I will link the brackets so everyone can see, and the link should be in there along with the multi-Twitch. Otherwise, you can find it on
You can also do a
the...
raid if you know what my username is.
Yes, we could do a raid, so just sit on tight and we're going over there. So, before we go, I've been DKR, with me has been Saldarin, before that has been Bokiaski. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Boshashi.
I'm not. Boshashi,
Yeah.
there you go.
Is that actually?
I just say bull, and I know why. Just say bull.
Yeah, Bochassi is it.
There you go.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who came to check us out, and now we're going over to Alpha Stream. See you around.